Hi everybody, welcome back to Mando Lessons. My name is Baron Collins Hill. In this week's lesson, we are going to be doing a simple to complex lesson on the tune Brendan Tonra's, also known as Tonra's. It's a classic Irish tune, a jig in the key of D. The way these simple to complex lessons work is I'll play the melody as I taught it in the fiddle tune lesson, and then as I play through it subsequently, I'll start adding ornamentation like double stops, triplets, and things like that, and talk through what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Of course, if you haven't learned the tune yet, you got to do that first, so check out the fiddle tune lesson where I take the tune, break it down into bite-sized chunks, and teach it to you by ear. Also, at mandolessons.com, I've got the tablature, standard notation, chords, play-along jams, all that sort of stuff to get you comfortable with the tune before you start putting ornaments to it. All my lessons are always free, but there's a couple ways to donate. You can look at the links in the description to a PayPal donation page or join as a Patreon member where you get access to lessons a day early, patron-only live streams, and all sorts of good stuff. Not required, but greatly appreciated. Maybe the least I can ask is that you subscribe to the channel so you will see these lessons when they pop up. I put out a new lesson every week and often do live streams on the weekend, and I look forward to seeing you around. Without further ado, let's jump into the simple to complex lesson. Here we go. All right, so just as a little preface on this simple to complex lesson, in general with Irish tunes, I definitely gravitate more towards triplets than double stops. I'll add a couple double stops here and there, but mostly I'm going to be adding triplets. Now, just as a heads up, there's a couple spots in this tune that I'll add triplets. It's going to be right at the beginning. Instead of, I'll do, and especially in spots like the beginning of the B part, I'll do. Now, if you want a more in-depth look at how to play triplets, check out my website, mandolessons.com. In the technique and fundamentals section, I've got some in-depth lessons on how to play triplets, where to put them, how to craft them, how to be percussive, all that sort of stuff. But that's mostly what I'm going to be doing here. This is a pretty notey tune, so there's not a lot of space to fill in from the get-go. So it's going to be pretty restrained in terms of adding in any sort of ornamentation. A lot of triplets, a few double stops, maybe some hammer-ons. But I'll play it through once as written, and then I'll start adding triplets, double stops, hammer-ons, things like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. B part. Start adding those triplets. Maybe a few sparse double stops. More of a sweep there. to get really heavy with the ornamentation, I'll back it off and play simple for a while after that. Just to give it a little variation. So yeah, in there, generally pretty sparse because it's an Irish tune where really heavy double stops aren't really part of the tradition. A lot of triplets going on mostly, and like I said, anytime I really dive into a lot of double stops or a lot of triplets for a little passage, then I'll back off just and kind of simplify a little bit so it doesn't get too muddy sounding. You want it to be nice and crisp and clear at any given time. All right, hopefully that gave you some ideas on how to spice up this tune. Always a lot of fun. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. Links in the description to any sort of information you might need, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.